Good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning in the Pat Ellison Performing Arts Center. I would like to recognize some of our guests who are joining us today. Dr. Mike Hernandez is the Executive Director at the Arkansas Association of Educational Administrators. Springdale School Board, if you would please stand. Members of the board, thank you. Dr. Jared Cleveland, who is on stage with us, and the Springdale School District Administration team who is with us this morning. At this time, I would like to welcome Genesis Amaya, Junior at Tyson School of Innovation, to the stage to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Please remain standing for the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Remain standing for the national anthem.
Thank you, Genesis. At this time, it is my pleasure to announce and welcome Dr. Cleveland to the stage.
Good morning. You having a great day? I can tell you it's going to be a great day. It's always fun to come into Tyson School of Innovation and see the wonderful people that are here. Not just the staff, but you young people are amazing, and I'm always impressed when I get to interact with you. But today is going to be a special day for a special person. And Dr. Mike Hernandez, a longtime friend of mine, he's the Executive Director of the Arkansas Association of Educational Administrators, and he has an opportunity to travel the state and recognize some of the best administrators in the state, who quite frankly have in the past have been some of the best administrators in the country. So I'd like to introduce my good friend, Dr. Mike Hernandez.
Thank you, Dr. Cleveland. Good morning, Springdale family. I hope we're going to have an awesome day here today. I just want to say, Dr. Cleveland, how cool is it that, a lot of people don't know this, but Dr. Cleveland and my dad was my basketball coach when I was growing up and I was young, but how cool is it that we get to be together here in Springdale doing this? This is awesome. So just want to say how much I appreciate you. He's old, that's right. All right, so today I'm here representing the Arkansas Association of Secondary School Principals. And every year we scour the state looking for some of the best assistant principals at the secondary level. That means principals, assistant principals that serve grades 7 through 12. And so when we put out this notice that we were looking for the best, we got nominations from all over the state, every corner of the state, almost every district in the state saying, hey, we think we have the best. And so what we did is we had a team member of teams of several folks, administrators across the state that reviewed all of these nominations, applications, and said, okay, we're going to decide who the best of the best is, and we're going to recognize them. And so I'm here today to recognize one of your very own assistant principals. And so I want to read a little bit about this person, what some of the folks said about him. And so the first thing I've got says, our teachers have and demand high expectations. I truly feel that this is a reflection of the leadership, professionalism, and expertise of Mr. Doppe. I've been inspired by Mr. Doppe's commitment to the learning in our school and the level of expertise he possesses as a result of his research. As a teacher, I'm confident in the guidance of Mr. Doppe's research-based advice. A second person said, there's always something going on at Don Tyson School of Innovation that recognizes the beautiful diversity of our community and the school. I've had the pleasure of attending multiple heritage festivals and talent shows where the students are able to highlight their individual cultures and learn about others. At these events, you can always find Mr. Doppe deep in conversation with students about the meaning behind a display or the history of the food he is sampling. The same can be said for the normal school day. His interest in meeting students where they are is evident to the kids and parents. And so with that being said, I'd like to recognize this year's Assistant Principal of the Year, Mr. Thomas Doppe. I also want to invite out some special guests. I forgot to do that too, so come on out with us, help us celebrate.
Mr. Doppe, don't run off. Years ago, no one knows this but Mr. Doppe and I, but he emailed me randomly from some faraway state, right? True? And we started this email exchange back and forth. Oftentimes, it's hard to recognize someone's character unless you talk to them, see them face to face, hear from them. Tom Doppe's a little different. How many of you know Tom Doppe really well? Look at those hands. Kids too. How many of you know him really well? It doesn't take long, in fact, just a small moment to recognize how kind and good Tom Doppe is, right? Would you agree? I recognized that in Tom years ago and invited him to interview with our leadership team. Dr. Rollins was our superintendent then, and we had a great interview, and we recognized that Tom was an outstanding individual, but it's risky to hire someone from far away that you don't know. And I would say today that whatever risk there was, Tom, you have way outshone any of that, and you are an integral part of our team. Things happen for a reason, don't they? All kinds of things. And it's hard to know what that reason is until you look back. Today, I know that you're here for a reason. Your excellence has been shown at the Don Tyson School of Innovation, and I can't wait to see what your future holds. You're an amazing individual and well-deserving of this award. Let's recognize Mr. Doppe one more time.
At this time, junior Dennis Figueroa will now play for us Sonatina in D major Allegro con Spirito, composed by Clemente, and followed by Linus and Lucy, Vince Giraldi. Dennis. Dr. Cleveland called me very early over Thanksgiving break, and I was ecstatic. It's a very big deal. You know, there's lots of schools in the state, high schools in the state, and to show off what we're doing here at Don Tyson School of Innovation and in Springdale Public Schools, it's a big deal to be able to show that you've got an assistant principal that is the top amongst his peers in regards to all things that go into education and public education, especially during this time.
I'm excited for him. He's well deserving of this. You know, there's probably few people that I've ever been with that have the knowledge base that he does of curriculum and instruction, but also just a mentor and down to earth and somebody that truly cares about the vision and the mission of a school. It's a very well-deserved honor. He's a great, hardworking member of our team. I love our team and our school, and I think it's very well-deserved, and I'm glad that he's being recognized for his efforts.
You know, if I'm being honest, I want to sit down with a piece of pen and paper and tell him all the reasons I think he's deserving, and there are a lot. And I want to tell him all the reasons why he's meant so much to so many people. And I think I plan to do that.
So excited for Mr. Doppe and the school and all of the hard work that he's done to pay off and to really showcase him as an instructional leader at Don Tyson and in the state of Arkansas.
I want you to say, my name is Tom Doppe, and I'm...
Yeah. Okay. My name is Tom Doppe, and I'm one of the assistant principals at Don Tyson School of Innovation. Don Tyson School is not a traditional school. It wasn't when I got here, and it still isn't. But I think there are some of those aspects of kind of how you manage 1,800 kids, how you build the schedule and all those sort of things that I was able to bring from my traditional background and kind of merge it together. So it's like we didn't lose what it meant to be SOI, we stay funky, but we were able to draw upon maybe some of those experiences I had in a traditional school to say, how do we just blend the two together?
He is very passionate about our learning model here at Don Tyson School of Innovation. He has been an advocate for it. I have very little knowledge, or had very little knowledge actually, about competency-based grading prior to my time at Don Tyson. So I think as a part of the team, he is the leader for us on that particular initiative.
No, it was when I got here, this was the vision for the school, so I figured I better learn it if I'm going to be successful here. And with that, have worked really hard to, as I learn it myself, help our teachers learn it, help our students learn it. And frankly, it's one of the things that that I most enjoy about what we do here. I think it's the right way to do it now. I can't imagine doing anything different.
Tom is a visionary. He is able to see something in his mind, and he's able to communicate that to the people he knows will be needed to support that vision. But also he couples that vision with details. He has a great attention to detail. He pays close attention to the detail all throughout the process. He tends to, and wisely so, carries a vision on his back. Tom is a really, really good person to go to for help. If you just don't know the answer and you need help, you can go to Tom and he'll help you. And if you don't know the answer and he doesn't know the answer, by golly, he's going to help you figure it out.
He was truly my mentor. There wasn't a parent conversation that I couldn't go to him and say, what do I do here? There wasn't a teacher conversation that I didn't process with him, and he never got frustrated with me. Even the ACT Aspire, like, he helped me walk through every piece of it, but he never got frustrated. He never acted like he didn't have time for me. He truly sat down, took the time, helped me become a better leader and a better, out of all the things we don't know when you're getting your feet wet into administration. He helped me learn all of those things, but there was never, he had such patience for me, for all the questions I had for him.
He's just a great person to work with. I always feel comfortable talking to him. And when I started as an administrator here at DTSOI, Tom was such a great mentor to me and helped develop me into the person that I am. And I'm sure that others would tell you the same thing.
When I heard that Mr. Doppe had been named Arkansas Assistant Principal of the Year, I was so excited because he is just constantly putting in so much hard work for us. He keeps us grounded, he keeps us up to date in our data and how we're doing in all things across the campus. And I was just super excited for him because I think there's not anybody more deserving than Mr. Doppe for this award this year.
He comes from California originally, and that brings a different lens as far as education in general, and I think that's super valuable and adds a great piece to our team as well. So I love that we all get to work together, and I'm thrilled that the state has recognized his efforts with this award.
So I wanted the kids to just know more about him, and he told a lot about his education, how he grew up, and his history. But a couple of fascinating things were when he quoted Macbeth to the class, and then also he told the story of how he worked in a sandwich shop, I believe for like 7 or 10 years. But the clincher is that he still can recite the recipes to about 30 different sandwiches. So he let the kids drill him on the numbers of the sandwiches, and he could tell them exactly what was on each sandwich. So I just really appreciate his warmth and humor with the kids, and we really appreciate him around here.
When I think of Mr. Doppe, I think of him as like an understanding and really caring person. Even when we get into like conflicts about something, he's always coming from an understanding view, trying to help the person be better. Another thing I think of is like how his shoes always match his sweater. It's just like really cool, and I really like it.
Mr. Doppe ensures that every student gets the quality education that they deserve, and he also goes out of his way to ensure that their voices are heard. He will ask our concerns, and in the hallway ensure that we feel comfortable with everything going on and that we feel like we're growing as people and as students.
Mr. Doppe is a really nice person. We both came into the school at the same time. It was my first year as well as his first year. He especially helped me figure out the AB block schedule, and I think it was just really nice of him, and it's something I'll always remember about first walking in the door here.
Mr. Doppe, I love the way he conducts himself. I love his sweaters and his charisma, and I see him every day when I go into school. And he's always asking how you are and if he can help you with anything. So I really love that about him.
I was in the 8th grade when my father left. And I went to school, and my mom or somebody in my family must have told the school. I hadn't told anybody yet. And the assistant principal at that time, Mr. Taves, I remember his name, I remember his address. He lived around the corner from my grandpa, so I'd go by Mr. Taves' house all the time. Called me into the office. I wasn't used to going into the office, and so I wasn't sure why I was going in. And he called me in, and he asked how things are going, let me know that he knew, and kind of said that, you know, I know this might be a time when school or when home can be challenging and everything else, but I hope that we can do our part to make school a good place for you. And that meant a lot, and I kind of find myself saying that to kids all the time too, is that you can't entirely block out the world around us. We're shaped by what happens out there, and it's not that we're naive to it, but I do hope that on some level when kids come to school every day, they can just be at school, and that they can just, whatever those other challenges are, tune them out for a little while, or even if they're good things, the other good distractions outside of school, tune them out, and just this can be a good, safe place for 7 hours every day.
Thank you to Mr. Pasquinzo and the AV Tech and Film crew who made that quick video possible to showcase Mr. Doppe and all of his work. At this time, I'd like to have him come up and say a few things. I did purposely find a cardigan sweater since that's your signature move.
Yeah, I'll have to hand-me-downs from Mitchell and my older son. They like to just give me their good old clothes. So this is totally a surprise. Thank you. I had no idea this was going on today. Actually, it makes sense why Ms. Harrison was mean to me this morning. She's never mean to me. I got here early. I came to the PAC. I thought we were setting up something for Dr. Cleveland. Was going to rush down here and help do setup. And I walked in the back door, and she said, "Get out of here, get out of here." And I said, "Okay, well that's a little out of character, but I'll get going, I guess." And what Dr. Cleveland said is true too. Thank you, Dr. Cleveland. I've retold this story to so many people that I've met here, and friends and family. It's an important story of my family's history. That's my wife, Marissa, there. I think most people know Maddie. I think everybody in here knows Mitchell. They have to hear me tell this story all the time. It really is true. We were moving here. We just resolved in our hearts we were going to move here to Arkansas in about January, and thought it would be a little easier to get a job along the way, but it wasn't. And it was literally the Thursday before we were packing up and leaving town that Dr. Cleveland called after many rather anonymous emails and said, I think I might have an opportunity for you. He said, I feel myself drawn to you. And I've told this to Dr. Cleveland too. It gave me chills that day, gives me chills now when I think about it. He said, I feel myself drawn to you. I said, well, I think I know why, in my heart, why I've been working hard on making this happen. And I said, well, I'll be there on Saturday night. I get together with you on Sunday if you wanted. I didn't quite know how sacred Sunday was at the time. I know Sunday's sacred, but he said, no, I think Monday will be fine. And we got together on Monday, and that was great, so thank you so much. And Ms. Bortz, of course, for taking a chance on me as well to come and join her team. It's so special to see you here today. Anything that I've done that's been able to be recognized here today for good work in the state is because of the school. It's the soil for great work. All the things that maybe I am able to do that are, I guess, glad to say stand out is just because I have the kids to work with, the teachers support it. We all work together and keep doing amazing things here. It's fairly easy to be amazing at an amazing place like Tyson School of Innovation, and to have the support from everyone here. So crazy. Thank you for surprising me, and this is a special day.
So very proud of you and all of your work. It's just a public display. We all know internally what Mr. Doppe does, but this public display is just the commitment and showcasing what you've done for Don Tyson and Springdale schools. It's an honor to call you a coworker and a friend. So thank you so much for coming this morning to celebrate Mr. Doppe earning High School Assistant Principal of the Year in the state of Arkansas. Guests, please join us in the front lobby for a reception. Students, you are dismissed to go back to your 1A, gather your things, and then we'll transition to 2A. One more time for the Doppe heads.